All right, y'all. So look, we got a top five list for y'all. We're gonna get right into it. The top five most disappointing things of the 2024 NFL season. Let's get right into the list. Coming in number five, this dude here, man. I mean, this dude is supposed to be the GOAT. He's supposed to be the best thing we ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Umar wouldn't agree, but everybody else thought that this dude was the best thing we ever seen. Christian McCaffrey. Charlie, this is your man. We call this an old yeller segment. You gotta kill something you love. McCaffrey is your man. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Christian McCaffrey, more like atheist McCaffrey, or is it McCaffrey? I don't know how we pronounce this, but yeah, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, this honestly could be the old yeller to Christian McCaffrey. He's what, 28, 29? He got a lot of miles
years.
on
That's
those
like
tires.
36.
Double Achilles tendonitis. Nothing sounds good there. The 49ers have been better when he plays football. He's a running back. His impact is limited, but the better the team, the more impact a running back can have. That being said, I don't know what the 49ers just gave him a fresh bag of money. I don't know what they do there. I don't know what they do there. But Christian McCaffrey, as far as disappointments, especially, look, we can't hide it like this is only regular football. If you were a fantasy football owner and you drafted Christian McCaffrey number one, yeah, you were ready to yeller him in week 4.
You ready to tell me Travis already? Hey,
Yeah.
look, all I gotta say is you thought I was joking when I said he wasn't the best player in his family. You thought I was joking. Regardless,
I'd still take the four
games.
games. I still take the 4 games of Christian McCaffrey over all the Luke McCaffrey
No,
you got.
they weren't really that special, so I don't know why you.
I'd still do it.
All right, moving on. Coming in number 4, this dude, man, this one hurts me. This one hurts me. This is my man. He played for my Washington Commanders back when we was the Redskins. He was the Vikings guy. I thought he was the man for some. Kirk Cousins, number 4. Kirk Cousins. Here's the thing about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins isn't a bum. He's just Kirk Cousins. And the Falcons picked him up as if he could be something other than Kirk Cousins. And that's the problem. So if this is me yelling him, this is me telling y'all the truth about who my man is, okay? He's going to have 3-4 interception games. It's going to happen. He's that guy. So if y'all brought him in to be a bridge quarterback, y'all didn't pay him like one. So based on the pay and what the Falcons' outlook is, I have to say, a bit of a disappointment for them. Not for me. I knew who Kirk was, but I love him for who he is because he was my guy.
He's also old, coming off an Achilles injury. I can't trust old guys coming off Achilles injuries. But what do I know?
Are you foreshadowing anything? Coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 3.
None of this.
This guy is Frank's man. This is Frank's man.
Is he really?
Bro, listen.
Is he really?
Orphanage or not, this is your man, Frank. Tell us about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, Gotham City.
So, I like that I had already distanced myself, or tried to at least, from him before we got here, because we are here and we are at that point where, your legends become, your heroes become whatever he has become.
Your rivals?
Not even rivals. They become irrelevant.
I don't become rivals.
Oh, man.
So it's like, when I think about this, right, after all the fanfare that was made when he was leaving Green Bay and how great of a quarterback he has been, probably one of the best we ever seen, like from a talent perspective during the course of his career. Whatever this New York Jets experience has been, from the 3 plays Achilles injury last year to the to the playing and winning less games, the Zach Wilson.
And Darnold.
Man. This is hard to do. Like, this is a real old yeller because somebody really need to take him behind the barn, like, right now, because I don't really it doesn't look good. It's like, what's funny, because I watched their game against the Seahawks this week, right? And going in, the commentator was saying, Aaron Rodgers was talking about this is the best he's felt all season. And he actually looked like it for like 20 minutes. And then reverted back into whatever I've seen for the rest of the season. So
Listen, look, number 5, Achilles injury. Number 4, Achilles injury.
Achilles
Number
injury. No,
3,
I think we have a
Achilles
new.
injury.
There should be a
These
new title
old
for this
men.
segment.
Christian McCaffrey's basically a 35-year-old man if you equate for inflation, aka him playing running back.
And,
So
oh, you
these
forgot the
are
other part of the
And
inflation.
other things, but no, Frank,
No,
we're not
no,
gonna do that. Listen.
yeah, I gotta go.
Listen. Trump is in office, but look, we coming into number 2. We're moving on to number 2. Coming into number 2, this dude here. I mean, they got him. They be having him outside like he part of the hood and all this type of cool stuff.
Hey, what's up, Donnie?
Say what it is, Donnie.
And he's supposed to be the king of England.
Justin Tucker. Come inside.
Go talk to
Come
him, Charlie.
sit
That's your
down.
man. That's your man.
Hey, come on, man. If you're since you're a member of this list, just ice your Achilles now, man. I think he might have had an Achilles injury, just didn't tell nobody.
Right.
Because I can't even believe what I'm seeing. The Ravens are losing games because of Justin Tucker. It's not just, oh, he missed a kick here or there. They've lost 2.5 games directly because of Justin Tucker. Ah, man. The only reason he's currently employed is because of his birth certificate and not the age, the name, Justin Tucker. If his name was, I don't know, anyone else, if he was a random kicker for Washington, he would be on the street right now.
So if his first name was anyone, last name was else, he'll be gone.
Else would be elsewhere. Like I just Justin Tucker, this is sad. This is sad. You see it too.
It's
you
nasty.
see it from guys like Vinatieri, Vanderjack, late in their career. They just get the yips or something. They forget how to make kicks. I don't honestly know if the Ravens are true championship contenders leaving him on the roster.
That's crazy.
I mean, and like I say, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And the sad part about it is he's supposed to be the exception to the rule. Even people who disrespect kickers, Charlie, even respect this guy. You know what I'm saying? So he's supposed to be the exception to the rule. But, he would be number 1 if it wasn't for the number 1 guy who is the GOAT. I mean, what do you want me to say about him? What do you want me to say about him, huh?
I think my body is bigger, faster, stronger this year.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. And
Who is that?
it's really now, quite frankly, if we're being honest, it's not just Joe Burrow, it's the entire Bengals. But he's the lead,
Defense.
and he's on our Peace Pods. They scored a touchdown for him this past week versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. But listen, what I'm saying is, listen, I'm going to take every opportunity to talk crazy about just Joe Burrow because these guys love Joe Burrow coming out of college, especially Charlie. They love, and he still loves Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow gives this air of like this unwavering confidence thing he likes to project. And yet and still, here we are. With what are they like? They're not going to the playoffs. That's
4-8.
That 4-8. They ain't going. I mean, they could win out and go to the playoffs, but I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. But I would like
I know you said that I'm a Burrow fan. Do you expect me to cry like Chad Ochocinco?
We gonna be all right.
No, y'all ain't.
We gonna be all right.
Next year.
That's what you think. I mean, you're not getting no crocodile tears out of me. All right. See, the reason why, yes, the Bengals are the disappointment for sure because Joe Burrow has done what Joe Burrow can do. Like Joe Burrow is putting up MVP level numbers with a losing record, with a horrible record. 4-8 is an unacceptable record for an elite NFL quarterback. I just don't think of many times in history where an elite quarterback, a top 5 quarterback, is going to have a top 10 pick in the draft. It just doesn't happen very often.
They're usually mitigating circumstances, and I think there is one in this case too. Their head coach, you know what I'm saying? It's such a
get him out of here.
You know what I'm saying?
Get him out of here.
That's probably why that Joe Burrow is number 1 on our list, but he has to be because at some point in time, if you look at all the close games that they've lost, it's like, yo, you can't be that guy.
Mike Tomlin would have won them.
and not pull it out in some way, shape, or form. I do blame the coach a lot, but I also blame Burrow because one of the games was his fault. The interception he threw against, the Ravens, it didn't work out, and then the rest is coaching. So it's like between Joe not being able to strap him on his back and you having this horrible situation at coach, like I can give you both Raven games they should have won. I could go back and take the points from all the bad decisions that they made in that game, you know, and show you why they should have won that. But the coaching has been abysmal. It probably has always been abysmal. And Joe Burrow was elevating to the level to save them from it. Now, with everything else they got going on, you know, you just haven't done enough. It's really crazy to see them 4-8 and looking at him like if you like put a blind test up and you're like, oh, that has to be your MVP.
Yeah, it is crazy that Zach Taylor is number one on this list. That's kind of wild.
Put it all on his back. Why don't you? Anyways, man, this has been Soggy Nachos podcast. This has been the top 5 worst disappointments, whatever, all that fun stuff. But tell somebody about us. Comment, like,
And let us know who you think is
gotta order
the
this
biggest
time.
disappointment.
Holla at us. Soggy Nachos. We out.
Peace.
Daniel Jones didn't make the list. You didn't think good things.
Was that, what?
We knew what time that was.